Welcome people of the World Wide Web. So it's another in-depth collection. Yes, we're smashing it through. So we're on to the third wall and we're on to the second bookcase. I've had to move a lot of figures out of the way, so apologies that. Yeah, and we're going to go all over. This was just going to do one shelf at a time now because obviously there's a lot more on some of these shelves. If it's a small shelf, I'll try and do two, but let's get into it. So, as we followed up on last episode, it was the Pokemon. So, as you can see, I kind of have to stack them funny now. So, apologies. It's all. So, obviously, we have Pokemon Destiny. Obviously, any Pokemon fans, you'll be loving this. Everyone else, apologies if that. Darkrai. I think I more or less have every single Pokemon movie they have released. Giranti. You should see I like my anime and animation movies like the Pokemon. I think the movies kind of coincided with the games. Sorry, let's put that back up there. So as time went on, they got a bit weak. This is Black and White, which is basically the same movie, just with very small differences. I watched them both, so even though it's two movies, it's more or less the same. Another one. And then we come to, I think this is Volcano, was the last one of kind of the Ash series, and they did a little soft reboot with the Pokemon I Choose You. Obviously, so it's kind of a new start in for Ash. And then The Power of Us. Then after that, we have the original Point Break. Then the follow-up, or the remake, which paled in comparison, I thought, but it was alright. Then we get into the Police Academy movies. So number 1 and number 2 there. I think bought these in a pack, but due to the box being a bit of a funny shape. So obviously there's 3. I say I've rewatched them recently, and one was quite good, but they just don't hold up to my memories of them. Maybe I just wasn't in the right frame of mind. Police Academy 6, and then 7, The Mission to Moscow. And then obviously we're going on the police. That's Police Stories. Number 1, Jackie Chan. It says in big letters there. Quite a good movie. I liked that one. Police Story 2. Police Story 1 is the one where he performs the stunt down the lights. I say these movies show a lot of skill and promise when it comes to the execution of some of their stunts. And then in the later 2000s, Jackie Chan did do a new Police Story where he brought on some new recruits. It was okay. Pompeii. You can see a little. It was an okay movie. I didn't see it at the cinema. One I picked up a few years ago. So this is Popeye, Robin Williams. Yeah, it ain't the greatest movie. It's very interesting, obviously, how they built the set, and it's still there to this day. Then we have Porky's and Porky's 2, obviously going back to some of the older movies that I wouldn't have seen as a kid. They were okay. And then we have, again, it's another part. So this is Poseidon. I think it's a remake of the Poseidon Adventure. Jason Statham, I believe. Then, sorry about all of this. This is what happens. So then we had the first series of the Power Rangers, £8. Then we have the first and second movies. Then we have a imported version of Time Force. I think it is the Shout Factory, so it's American, even though it does play. But obviously they're done in a smaller ratio and that. Obviously then Dino Thunder, so I am missing several there. SPD, watch that, quite good. I say this is when it went over to I think Disney, and they started to release the bigger box sets rather than the volumes, as I throw everything around. Then we have Mystic Force, Operation Overdrive, and obviously this is round about then we have Jungle Fury. So I had the first 2 volumes of Jungle Fury, like 1 and 3. I'm missing 2, which is the expensive one. As you will see. So we'll go down here. Let me just move my G.I. Joes out of the way. You can see I had to move some of them over there. Apologies for this. If you like action figures, obviously you get a bit of Snake Eyes there, and Spirit with his bald eagle. Right, so we go to the second shelf. So again, obviously this is volume 4 of Jungle Fury. And Jungle 5, obviously I got most of these before they took them off Netflix. It just seems that volume 2 seems really hard. Then I bought another imported version from Shout Factory. This is RPM. So, and obviously this is when I start to get into the Super Sentai versions, which are over that way. And there you go. I've got the whole series of RPM. I have the first volume there, so that's actually a double, so that can go over there. So could be part of my downsizing. So Samurai, this is kind of the series that got me back into it. So I did watch some of this, but just not really, you know, I grew older and stuff, and then this kind of come along and I watched it on, I think, Netflix, and I was like, oh, actually I really quite like this. So obviously this is when they started doing 2 series per thing, so Samurai and Super Samurai, and then have not bought anything since then, obviously with the Power Rangers live action movie of 2017. And yeah, and then I kind of gone Sentai stuff, and I don't think they released much of it. So then we have Practical Magic, Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman, about wizards and falling in love with someone. Not a bad film. Predator, good old Arnie there. We've all seen it, we all know it, we all like it. Predators. I actually really like this movie. I feel like this is very underrated. It was a nice fresh take on Predator, and I know obviously we've had Prey and that, but this, I think Adrian Brody and the cast deserved a lot more praise than they got, or I do in my own opinion. And then we have Premium Rush, so obviously Jason Gordon-Levitt as a delivery bike salesman and Michael Shannon after him. It's a good action paced on the seat of your pants. It's not the biggest budget, but I thought it worked quite well. Premonition, obviously another Sandra Bullock movie. I cannot remember this one. I think someone dies and it's all her being in this house. Apologies if that's wrong. Then we have from my wife's Pretty Little Liars. Obviously she loves the kind of girl things as I knock stuff over. As you can see where this is going. So even though this is my collection, I have this one. Some of this is from my wife. So I probably can't take all the credit. Obviously there's Pretty Little Liars season 2. Season 3 for all you fans. I've never seen any of it, so I don't know what it's about, so apologies. Season 4 and season 5. I don't know if that's the final season or not. Then we have Pretty Woman, Richard Gere, a very good movie back in the time. Yeah, it deserves a lot of praise. It was a. Then we have Priceless. I do need to watch this as Audrey Tautou. As you've seen, I've seen a few movies with her in. Obviously it's French, so actually I'll put that on the side for stuff to watch. And then we have Pride and Glory with Edward Norton and Colin Farrell. I almost got his name wrong there. Never seen it. There's no sticker on it, so I've obviously bought it second hand somewhere. Probably one of the worst movies I have, but I still keep this because it is. So it's a dinosaur movie, but if you've ever seen someone in a dinosaur suit running down a corridor, it is absolutely hilarious, and because of that reason why I keep it. It's stuff like this that I'll probably rewatch to appreciate how good some movies are nowadays. Then we have Prime. Obviously this is Uma Thurman falling in love with a young man, and how will their relationship work. Let's move Spirit's gun out of the way. So, as you see, very heavy series. So this is season 1 or 2 of Prime. I really love this series. Never got to finish it because of obviously a few of the cast members leaving. Obviously, there we go. Season 3, obviously the main character left, which unfortunately it was a bit of a shame. He was one of the best bits of that series. But I have got 3, 4. I don't think I have 5. But yeah, I do need to revisit it. I do like dinosaurs and stuff and time travel, and I thought it was an interesting idea. Then we have Prince of Persia. This is probably one of the first steelbooks I got, besides my Iron Man one that's down there. Don't even know why I bought this. I think maybe I went to Tesco's and I got it cheap. Then we have obviously Prison Break, a great first season. Absolutely amazing. I hear obviously it's coming back for a new series 6 or 7, as I think it is. So yeah, let me have season 2 part 1, obviously when I used to do the 2-parters. And then I think season 3 was the writer's strike, that's why it's a small one. Sorry if it's there. And then season 4, which was the first final, but I'm glad they did the other series because this ending wasn't the greatest in my eyes. It was sad. Actually, no, I lied. Actually, this had the 2-hour episode which finished it off, which I think it tied in quite nice. Then obviously they brought him back, which I thought there was a few loopholes. But that is everything for this episode of the collection in depth, even. And there we go. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of the collection in depth. I hope you're all enjoying these videos and seeing what I have in there. Obviously there are little variations because obviously I will be buying new ones as I'm filming these videos, so it will increases. But yeah, it's I'm glad to chronologically log all my collection, because you forget how large it is, and you see a lot of DVDs and movies and Blu-rays that you haven't seen, and you're like, oh, I really want to watch that, or what brings back memories. Otherwise, I've been Cypher Sick of Screen Time. Hope you enjoyed the videos. Hope you're staying warm. See you in the next one.